This video today is all about calculating the replant of what we have planted, and it's been a month since we planted most of these things, and so we want to be able to calculate if we have enough coming up, because if we wait another month it'll be too late to plant seeds to get them going. So I always like to plant a little bit early, and then it gives me time to do a replant if I need to have the crops that I need. The 15th of March is going to be 3 days before the full moon, and so that's when I would want to do my replant. So now I'm calculating the crops that I need to do a replant on. So a lot of these, I have a lot of tags in here because I have a different variety in each row. So I want to look at each row and make sure that I have that all the seeds came up that I planted. So this one is Better Boy Tomato, and I wanted 15 plants. So let's count them and see if I actually have 15 plants. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I only got 10 plants in there. And it's interesting because there's one in each cell. There's one plant in each cell. But I know that I planted probably 2 in each cell. Usually you have 2 coming up, and then you'll have an empty cell. So that is interesting. So if I actually want 15 plants, then I need to write down that I need maybe another 10 so that I get my 15 plants. So that's what I will do to each one of these varieties. So this is beefsteak tomato. I wanted 5 plants, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 plants there. So I have enough for what I had planned with my garden. So that's what we do, is we just go through each variety and then we write down what we need for the replant, and then on the 15th we can come out here and we can do a new tray, and that's our replant, so we get the total numbers when it comes transplanting time. So the peppers are the same way. I have quite a few peppers here. This row, no peppers came up in this row. So what is it? This is ancho. And I wanted 4 plants of ancho. 0 came up. So I need to go look at my seed, and if I have like 20 or 30 seeds, I better plant them all to try to get 1 or 2 to grow, because it had 0 germination here, and so that's a bad thing. King Arthur, I wanted 5 plants, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good. So this is just how I do this, and it's pretty simple and pretty easy. In this tray, I had several herbs. We've already transplanted a lot of the German and Roman chamomile out of here. But I have rosemary that I planted from seed that are coming up. I have lemon balm. Lemon balm is so wonderful. And then I have the celery. And my celery, it looks like I had 100% germination on the celery. So that's wonderful. So that's our spring crop. In another couple of months, about 8 weeks from now, I'll plant another crop that will go throughout the winter. And that'll be our winter crop, so it will be maybe close to a half a tray, maybe like 100 cells to take us through winter time. And then I have more herbs here: tarragon, stevia, bluebells, things like that. So let's look at the stevia. I have quite a few weeds in here. I think I have 1 plant here from the stevia. So I think I put in 30 seeds, and I've got 1. Now let me just explain. That sounds terrible, to plant 30 seeds and to get 1 to grow, but that's, you know, it's almost always under 50% to get stevia to germinate. But I do see 1 plant in here, and then there's 2 others. Those could be weeds. Here's a tray of artichokes. The interesting thing about these is I probably only had 30% germination, which was really poor, and we've already transplanted several out of here. There's a few more that have come up, but at this point I don't think any more are going to be coming up. These seeds were planted on the 2nd of February, so if these were going to come up, they would have. So there could have been some fungus in the soil, some bad fungus that ate the artichoke seed. But anyway, I don't have quite enough artichokes, so I need to do a replant on artichokes. So I probably need to plant another whole tray, just expecting that I'm going to have poor germination. And then here are the Moscow tomatoes. I wanted to grow these outside. They're named Moscow after Moscow, Idaho. They grow in cold northern regions. I wanted to try them in our high altitude region here to see how they would do in our outside garden here. I have probably 85% germination out of here, so that's probably enough of those tomatoes, so I probably don't need to replant the Moscows. So that's pretty exciting to be able to see that most of our plants are good. I don't have a big replant this year. I can probably fit all the replant into one tray, and so that's good because it saves me space inside the propagation house. So hopefully this has helped you have the very best garden of your life. Share this with your friends and your family so that they can have the best garden too when Putin blows us all up.